Hello, my name's David. Welcome to Running Breakdown, and I'm here to talk to you today about the Skechers Gorun Razor 3 Hyper Burst. They need to sort the names out. All right, let's get into it. Upper, midsole, outsole. Upper, it's a dual mesh upper, very similar to another shoe you'll be probably more familiar with. It's the Turbo 1 from Nike, whatever. Dual mesh. This did not breathe as well as the Skechers version. I think it's pretty much copied, to be honest with you. Not as pretty. They got a lot of overlays here. Again, and a bit flack for its looks. I'm not a massive looks fan when it comes to trainers. I prefer its performance, but you are going to get a couple of comments on its looks, but that's fine. Big speed across the front. You just better bring your A game when you're using this shoe. It's got some padding in tongue. It's not got a massive amount of padding. Thankfully, the laces don't dig in on the top of your foot. I certainly don't normally struggle with that anyway, but the laces haven't caused me any issues. Fairly stretchy, pretty good length as well. I often find laces too long, but no, they got the length perfect on this. Lockdown in the heel is actually pretty good. The overlays as well add a bit more structure there than I would have thought looking at it. Minimal padding. If you're someone who struggles with shoes with a lot of padding, heat wise, this will breathe perfectly for you. There are certain aspects of the shoe where you can see right through it, so it is a breathable upper. Even though it is a dual mesh upper, it's not gonna be too bad in the summer. Now the insole is glued in. You can pull it out. I'm not strong enough to do it, but I'm sure you can. If you want to pull that out, it has contoured to my foot after a few miles now. I think I put about 60 miles in the shoe. Some very good workouts in this shoe. It performs very, very well, admirably actually. Its performance makes me think of the Kinvara from Saucony. Performance-wise, very, very similar. Stack heights, very, very similar as well. And they both have a 4mm drop. So you're gonna get, these two shoes are gonna be, these are in competition with each other basically. The one thing that sets these two shoes apart is the weight, the phenomenal weight of the Skechers. It is 181 grams or 6.4 ounces. I know you're impressed, I can do the math. It's a phenomenal midsole. Basically, it is EVA. They've put it in a vat, heated up the vat, and then nitrogen is propelled into the vat. As the EVA heats up, it gets trapped inside the EVA, and the EVA basically turns into like a honeycomb design. So it's very, very structured, very strong as well. It should last longer as well, because I find anything with a bubble style design just tends to hold stronger in longer durations under pressure. The one thing I have noticed with the Hyperburst midsole is it does struggle with temperature a little bit. So thankfully now we're into spring, summer, so that's not going to become an issue. Did notice it a little bit in the winter miles where it just struggled for the first couple of miles, and then it heated up and it got flowing again. It might have been me that needed heating up, but ultimately brilliant midsole, phenomenal weight. 180 grams is just ridiculous. I mean, that's a racing flat. A few years back, maybe 3 years back, that would have been a racing flat. weight. So how they've managed to do that is just amazing. Possibly one of the top three midsoles on the market, quite frankly. Um, Oddly has some stability to it as well. The outside doesn't tend to flex as much, cornering, so it has like a bucket style feel when you are running. It's got that perfect balance where it just drops a little bit, so you get the cushion and then pops straight back up very quickly as well. Has that perfect balance that we all strive for in a training shoe and in a performance shoe. You know, there's no reason why you should be running in a race and your feet hurt. It's ridiculous. You're not going to perform at your best, are you? So yeah, very good midsole. Impressed, and it's going to cause some issues for the Convara lovers in the next couple of years as this shoe gets prettier. It will get prettier in the next version. They have got rid of the overlays. It's coming onto market very soon, and the overlay is going to be built into the upper. It's going to have an luminous green midsole, which is kind of cool. It's like a half update. It's like a 0.5 update, but it's going to be a good looking shoe, and I think then it will start hitting the market, and people will hopefully be able to buy it all across the world, because this is quite a difficult shoe to get hold of, especially in Europe. It's a difficult shoe to get hold of. Right, I think I've done the midsole there, the upper. Let's go on to the outsole. Not a lot. You might think that's a lot of coverage. It's actually about 1 millimeter to 2 millimeters thick. It's I mean, you can see there's really not a lot of coverage there. It's done, like I said, around the 60-mile mark. I am seeing somewhere just here on the edge where I tend to slow down when I'm doing a lot of my workouts. I will scrape here. Most of the time I'm midfoot and forefoot if I'm really putting a lot of effort in on my training. I am seeing wear just here, the final sort of 5% of the shoe as you're toeing off. You are gonna see a bit of wear there. So that's 60 miles in. Holding up better than I thought, actually, but this is the one detriment of the shoe, is the outsole. The looks, we can get past that. The breathability of the shoe is good. The midsole is phenomenal, but the outsole needs some work. The update is going to have like another bit of rubber here. The rubber is going to be updated to Goodyear rubber, which is great. It's going to be more durable. This is not Goodyear rubber. It won't last as well. It's not going to be as grippy, but it's still a great shoe. Yeah, so the one downside will be the outsole on this shoe. Retails about 110 at the moment, so it's pretty good price-wise. Will last you, I would estimate, about 300 to 400 miles, depending on how good your foot strike is. So absolutely fine. It's not going to be great in the winter conditions, but thankfully we're coming out of that now. So yeah, give this shoe a look. It's great. It's phenomenal. 4 millimeter drop. Great for that midfoot, forefoot striker. Thank you. Hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.